Good morning everyone and welcome to my thank card. It's Friday. Today I'll be making a card with the colour combination of Bashful Blue, Crumb Cake, Rich Raspberry and a little touch of Night of Navy. So let's get started. Okay, so the base is going to be a Bashful Blue cardstock, which is an A4 cardstock cut in half. I'm then going to use the Crumb Cake. Now the Crumb Cake cardstock is 3 7/8 inches by 5 5/8. Now I'm going to use my vintage Vogue wheel and I'm going to ink it up with some soft suede ink. Okay, so using my wheel I'm going to go across this way and check it's not upside down. It's going to be upside down, so I'll just flip it over. Okay, now grabbing my sponge, just ink it up with some soft suede, get some ink on that, and I'm just going to go around and sponge the edge just to create like a burnt vintage type look on the sides. Okay, so this is going to be my base of the front of the card. Okay, I'm then going to grab my Very Vanilla, and this piece is measured at 3 inches by 3 3/4. And we're going to use the Rich Raspberry ink. Oh, that's Taja in the background if you could hear her. And alright, so inking up with Rich Raspberry ink, which is a nice deep purple. And I'm using this flower, and it's from the Vintage Vogue stamp set. And it's quite a popular stamp set with Stampin' Up. And it's one of my favorites to keep going back to. Alright, so just inking it up. Alright, I'm going to then grab the smaller flower from that set and ink it up with Crumb Cake, which is just a neutral colour. And it's quite a nice colour to use. Okay, so I'm going to start piecing all these together a little bit so you can start seeing the look that I'm after. Alright, now I'm just wiping my bench down. Just stick that down for a minute. Okay, so this is the base of the front of my cardstock. Now I'll just make sure that's the right way up. Alright, make sure that's on straight. Now this is a colour combination I wouldn't have thought of using, but it's part of the Colour Q challenge to use these colours together. So this is how I've come up with this colour combination. So when you check out my blog on joherbert.com, you'll be able to see where I've got the actual colour combination from, and there'll be a link to my blog. Okay, so I might just grab some sponge and just ink that up on the side a little. Just so it's blended in. Okay, you can see I've already attempted it, but my daughter, little 18-month-old, decided to yell out at the same time, so I just do it again. Alright. Okay, so you can see it's starting to piece together here. Alright, now I'm going to use this crumb cake ink again, and I'm going to use the border part from that same stamp set, and I'm just going to ink it along just like that. I'm then going to grab the Happiest Birthday in Night of Navy, and ink it up, stamp it on this very vanilla piece, which you probably can't see because it's against the white. So let me grab my copy paper out. So this Happiest Birthday here, this stamp set, which is a stamp set that I love, is from the Apothecary Art, and that's the sentiment there. Actually, I'm not happy with that, so I'm just going to turn it over and do it again. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my Rich Razzleberry taffeta ribbon. Now this is a retired ribbon, and it was one of my favorites to use, and I've only got, you can see I've only got like this tiny little bit left in it, but it just went well with this color combination. Alright, so keeping it on the spool because I just didn't want to waste it. Grabbing just my paper snips, which I need to sharpen by the looks of, and folding that over. Then grabbing a glue dot. Now these glue dots are strong adhesive, and they've already put them in a flat dot form. Grabbing the back of my bow, which I've already pre-tied, sticking the glue dot on the back, and just sticking it to the side like that. And then, so that's going to go towards the top, like that. So just adhering this down, so just using this snail okay. Now I'm not done yet. I'm going to use a scratch piece of crumb cake here, and I'm going to ink it up. So I'll just get my copy paper. I'm going to ink it up with soft suede again with the vintage wheel, and I'm just going to run along it. Now I'm going to get my soft suede ink, and I'm just going to put some sponging on it, just some random sponging, because I'm going to punch out a little flower. This is from the Itty Bitty punch set, and you've got 3 little punches that go with it, and I just want to punch out 3 flowers. Okay. Now I want to make those flowers pop a little bit, so you've seen me do it before where I've just grabbed my little mat from my mat pack, and I'll just put my flowers on top, and I'm just going to make them pop. I don't have an actual baller, so I'm going to use the back of my white gel pen and pressing it down on the mat just to burnish it a little bit on the foam, so it makes the actual little flowers pop. See how cute they are, and they pop. Okay, so again grabbing my glue dots and my card, I'm going to grab the back of these, and I'm going to place it in the middle of the flower. Okay, now in the middle of those flowers I'm going to be using some basic pearls. I'm just putting that in the middle. of each flower. Okay, so I haven't yet finished. I'm going to try and fit this sentiment across the bottom there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a banner. So I tend to go closer. I cut down the middle and then I grab each point to get through, to make sure I get through the middle. So I'll do the same for this side. You can use a square punch, which I've got, but didn't feel like pulling it out. Alright, now I also want to ink this up so it's not such a strong vanilla colour. So it's just a little bit of Night of Navy ink on this bit of card to complement the actual card. Okay, and you can already see how much that sponging really can change that. Alright, so that's going to go down onto there. So what I'm going to use is some dimensionals, which is a foam adhesive, and this makes it pop up into like a 3D effect. And the Stampin' Up ones are actually nice hexagonal ones, and they're a little bit thinner than most ones out in the market, and it's very sticky. I love it. So just adhering that down underneath like that. So a simple card, lots of layers and different elements, using your shading and your sponging and introducing the wheel. This is one of my favourite wheels. This is the jumbo wheel and the very vintage stamp wheel. So thanks for watching my thank card. It's Friday. Hope you enjoyed, and come and visit me on Facebook on Show Me the Love Joanne Herbert, and also my blog joanneherbert.com. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.